You can change your life in 6 months. Contrary to common belief, people tell you that it takes a long time to change your life, that it maybe takes 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. But most people are wrong. You see, if you do what 99% of people do, then you're going to end up with 99% of people's results. And most people hate their jobs, they hate the way they live their lives, they don't do anything fulfilling, they hate the way they spend their time, and they're just unproductive and in their heads all the time. And I'm not saying that to make people feel bad or to insult anybody. I'm just stating the truth. Because if you want a fulfilling life, if you want to be successful, internally and externally, if you want to achieve your goals and your dreams and your visions, understand this one key point I'm about to tell you. Confidence is internal. The way you frame yourself to yourself, the way your thoughts create your reality is exactly the way you think it is, because it's all up here. Everything around you originates up here. So if you want to change your life in 6 months, you got to change your framing. You got to look at life in a different way, because that is the key. That is the trick. The trick isn't in a certain life hack that you can just snap your fingers and make it happen. No, you can snap your fingers and decide to think something else. You can decide to put your mind in the right place. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people neglect that. I've seen people have incredible personal transformations in just 3 months. I've changed my life personally in 4 years, but the biggest change came in 6 months' time. I had trial and error for 3 years until I figured out the right thing, the right mindset switch. And then in 6 months, I'm a different person. I went from A to B. The trajectory of my life skyrocketed overnight. You see, the overnight success is basically an accumulation of years and years of work. When you work for years, that is when you start to get comfortable. And everything is easy when you know how. The reason things aren't easy right now is because you don't yet know how. You don't yet know or have the right ideas and the right framing of mind, of mindset, of success. And I know I'm going to be successful. I'm going to prove everyone wrong, and I'm going to try so hard. I'm going to just do whatever it takes and show up so often, so consistently, that the universe has no choice but to make my dreams into reality. I'm not going to quit after 5 tries. After 1,000 billion tries, I'm not going to stop. Because by doing that, by putting that in my mind, I create a scenario in the universe's mind that allows me to succeed under any circumstance. The universe or God is just going to be like, this guy's a stubborn guy. This guy isn't going to quit. This is one of the guys that actually deserves the success, the results, the reality. So I'm going to give it to him. After all those tests, and you pass the tests, your life changes. You have this inner transformation. You have this external transformation. And that is where everything happens. It comes from your brain. It comes from the things you can do. And realize that, bro. Realize that. Understand that. And it's what you learn. It's what you do with your life and the person you become in the process. So you can change your life extraordinarily so much, so to the fact that you're going to be unrecognizable. You can disappear and come back successful. So successful that people will be like, what even happened to this guy? Where did this guy go? And that is where the difference lies. The difference lies in the way you frame yourself. Confidence is a placebo. You got to realize that confidence is nothing but what you tell yourself every day. The reason you aren't confident isn't because of any external thing. It's because inside you don't believe that confidence is that easy to attain, but it is. The reason you don't have the success is because in your mind, you don't think that success is easy and fast, but it is. And people work for years and years and years just to get to the point where they realize everything is easy and they were just overcomplicating it so much. And it's actually pretty straightforward, and that's when it clicks. You see, on my YouTube journey, for example, I'm getting to the point where I've been working so hard. And now I've been I wouldn't say I've been working less, but I'm realizing that the same amount of work, or just like a tiny amount of work, can equal such amazing results. Like, take this as an example. I've uploaded hundreds of, if not thousands of videos up to this point. Short form, long form, posts, written posts, just anything on social media. And the thing I've noticed so far is that I worked so hard for so long with seeing such small results. And then now, just like one piece of content blows up and gets me all the views and like 100,000 views and so many subscribers and this and that. When before I would have to make 200 videos to get the same amount of subscribers. You see, you can put the same amount of work in, but if you're doing it right, you work smart, not hard, you can achieve massive, insane, amazing results. The problem with people is, like, if hard work was 100% guaranteed success, then everybody would be a great success. But hard work, just working hard alone, isn't enough. You gotta work smart. You gotta be efficient. You gotta be smart and efficient and productive. And you gotta think, what aligns with my goals and my purpose, and say yes to that. And anything else, say no. Say no again and again and again, until you're left with only the things that bring you forward in the place you want to go. If you want to do YouTube, forget about everything else in life and just focus on YouTube. That's what I did. I dropped out of school. I said no to so many other things that I used to say yes to. I freed up so much of my time. I eat 1 meal a day just to save time so I can put time in YouTube, into my channels, into the things I'm doing, my work and my self-improvement. I've literally said no to so many things, and I've sacrificed so much of my life, but the sacrifice didn't feel like sacrifice. And that's when you know you're doing the right thing. That's when you know that this is potentially something. Because otherwise, you're always going to be left chasing this loop and this cycle of just working hard, and getting no results. But I got so many, think about this. I'm going to frame it like this. Let's say I got X amount of results in 1 year of YouTube, which I did. I've been uploading for a year, right? And in that year, I get an X amount of results. And then in 2 months after that, the small space of 2 months, I've 20x'd my progress. Not 20x, but you know what I mean. I've had 3 times the results I got in a whole year in just 2 months, in just a month and a half. And that is the mindset. And then in one day, you could get the results that you would have gotten in the whole year if you just worked smart. It's about working smart and not hard. It's about thinking to yourself, what is the thing that moves the needle? And then just focusing on that and forgetting everything else. That is the key. That's a trick. So in 6 months, you could be a completely different person. In 6 months, you can make the money that is going to free you up in life, the money that is going to allow you to travel to a different country, become independent, and become financially stable. In 6 months, you could have the physique that you want. In 6 months, you could find and meet the person who is the person of your dreams, the romantic relationship that you've been desiring for all this time. In 6 months, you could have learned a skill and mastered it and live a fulfilling life. Just 6 months, I promise you. So I'm Dan. I am going to sell you courses in the future. I'm working on a course. I'm here to make money as well. I love self-improvement. It's my life, but I'm going to say this again. I'm going to be transparent. I care about making money, bro. I care about living and providing and making a living for myself through my passions and through the things that I love to do. There's nothing more fulfilling to me than sitting in front of this camera and speaking, than editing the video, than working on my main channel, than just doing this stuff. This is what gives me life. And yes, I'm going to make money from it. I want to make money from it because, you can't just sit here and say that money and success are evil. No, they're not, bro. The person is evil. And when the person who's evil gets money, they become more evil. But the person that is good and fulfilled, that person who becomes rich becomes more fulfilled and more peaceful, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, man, that's just what I wanted to say. I think, so my course is coming up soon. It's taking a lot of work. It's taking just hours of bashing my head against the wall, writing and just framing things, recording the videos for the courses, the modules, creating the community section, the chat section, integrating Notion, productivity templates, habit trackers, and just putting everything that I have in the last 4 years, everything that I've learned from all, I've read about 250 books right now, something around that. I didn't count, 200, 150 to 250, something that range. But I've read almost every single self-improvement book, a lot of books. And I've studied and I've read all the podcasts, and I've just consumed so much information about self-improvement, about mindset, about business, and I've experienced it with myself. So I'm just going to try to put so much value into this thing that you're going to think the price is just going to be damn, is it this cheap for what the value offers? Is it only this amount for what I'm getting? That's the mindset I'm gonna go forward with. So I'm Dan. I make videos like these every single day. I have my links in the description. You can join the community, join my newsletter as well, and welcome to the club. This is the self-improvement club of the century, the best. I'm not like anybody else, bro. I'm not like these guys who talk self-improvement and behind closed doors, they're just not that obsessed. They're not that driven. They're not that focused. They're not that ambitious. I'm there. I'm gonna show the world how great I am. I'm gonna become great. So you got this, bro. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.